Akylina, the new martyr. Saint Akylina was born in the city of Zaglivery, not far from the city of Thessaloniki in northern Greece. The year was 1746. The Ottoman Turks had already occupied Greek lands for 3 centuries. As was not uncommon, both Greeks and Turks lived in the village as neighbors. Inevitably, suspicions and tensions often arose between the Muslims and their Christian subjects. One day, when Akylina was still an infant, her father quarreled with one of his Turkish neighbors and unintentionally killed him. The village officials caught him and took him to Thessaloniki. He had committed the greatest of all crimes. A Christian had killed a Turk. After receiving the death penalty, this wretched man was able to save his life only by denying his faith and becoming a Muslim. Not only did he do this, but he went so far as to promise that his daughter, Akylina, would also convert to Islam when she came of age. The Turks, never sure of the man's loyalty to his adopted faith, harassed him through the years. They frequently asked him when his daughter would become a Muslim like him. Each time he answered, "You need not worry about my daughter. She is in my hands. When I wish it, she will become a Turk. Leave her to me." In this way he kept putting off the Turks till a later time. Unlike her husband, Akylina's mother had remained a reverent and faithful Orthodox woman. With fervent admiration for the deeds of the martyrs, she brought up her daughter to prefer death to apostasy. She never ceased every hour to exhort her child to stand firmly in the faith of her ancestors and to never betray Christ, as her father had. When Akylina reached the age of 18, the Turks again spoke to the father about her conversion. This time he could not put them off. However, when he confronted her, saying the time had come for her to adopt Islam, he was taken aback at her refusal and declaration of being ready to suffer every torment for the love of Christ. Seeing that her mind was made up and fearing for himself, he went to the Turks. He confessed that he could not persuade his daughter to do his will. He told them that he washed his hands of the matter and to do whatever they wanted with her. The village magistrates immediately sent servants to bring Akylina before them. Seeing them approach, the saint's blessed mother took hold of her daughter and gave her this final instruction. "Lo, my most beloved child and my sweetest daughter, Akylina. Behold, fruit of my womb. The hour has arrived of which I have warned you. Therefore attend and obey my admonition. Display courage in the torments which thou wilt face, and do not renounce Christ." As they parted, mother and daughter wept. Embracing her mother, Akylina asked for her prayers and assured her that she intended to become worthy of her teachings. Akylina then made no attempt to resist her captors as they tied her hands and led her away to the court. Promises, flatteries, and threats alike left her unmoved. Clad only in a tunic that was soon in tatters under their blows, the bride of Christ, Akylina, endured 3 savage beatings at the hands of the barbarians. Far from breaking down, she was evidently enwrapped by the love of God which burned in her heart, and throughout the many hours of merciless beatings she ridiculed and mocked her tormentors. Having been left for dead after the last beating, a reverent Christian brought her home to her mother. On seeing Akylina covered in blood, her mother anxiously inquired if she had remained a Christian. Upon hearing her mother's voice, the martyr opened her eyes and said, "O my mother, what could I do other than what thou didst instruct me? Behold, according to thy command, I have preserved my confession of the faith inviolate." Akylina's mother raised her arms and eyes towards heaven and glorified God. After conversing with her mother, the saint surrendered her soul into the hands of God on the 27th of September, 1764, and received the martyr's crown. Saint Akylina's most venerable and sacred relics straightway emitted a marvelous and divine fragrance. As they traveled the road with her, light descended and illuminated the saint's grave as a brilliant star. All the Christians who observed this phenomenon praised God, to whom is due glory and honor unto the ages of ages. Amen.